are pleased to having you here, Rurima Estate. Welcome once more. Rurima Estate is a family estate. It was established in 2008 by our late father. He is the Rurima. Rurima is his surname. So that was the meaning of Rurima. And after I passed on, we, the children, we came together and decided to carry on with the good work he had started of farming. And we came together in 2018. That's when we started reviving the factory because it was dormant for 10 years. So we revived it back in 2018. That's when we started working on it. And right now, all of us, the family and the extended family, each produces our own and its own coffee, but we bring it together and we mill it, we water mill it together. Then we do the marketing, all of us together. But each one of us gets his own share of what he has produced from his own farm. Rurima Estate is based in Manyata, Embu North Sub-County, Embu County. We start at the longitude. The actual longitude is about 1,600 above the sea level. Actually, we are based on the slopes of Mount Kenya. The coffee we grow here, the soils are so rich because they are volcano soils. So literally, our coffee is a good quality because we do the best management of it from the farm. Here you can meet some of our family members. Is Jim, Godfrey, Morris, Jacob. Godfrey is the one who does the processing part of it, with the wet pumping. And then from there, he can take you over how we do it in the factory. We are based along equator at altitude of 1,600 above sea level. And our main aim of coming together to produce coffee together, because when we sell it together, we are better off getting a buyer than doing it on our own. Also, the cost of producing on each person individually is much higher than when we are together. And unity of purpose is better. So for our purpose is to get a better buyer. That's our main problem right now. And we are looking for a better buyer for our produce. And we are confident whatever we produce in our farms, the quality is good and it's the best. When they taste our cup, they will realize actually it comes from good farming practices.
I'm Godfrey, Rurima coffee processor, and I do the processing at Rurima, where we receive coffee in form of cherry. And the first place when we receive our coffee is to sort it, and also to check the density of the coffee through our quality checker tank here. From there, when we are satisfied that the coffee is sorted well and of good depth, we pass it through the weighing machine. Because here we receive individual family members with all our own coffee, which is weighed separately, and one is issued with a receipt. After weighing and issuing a receipt, then the coffee is poured in the cherry hopper, where all the coffee of all the members is harmonized together. From there, from the cherry hopper, the coffee passes through the cherry chute and is ready to be pulped. After pulping the coffee, which takes time, we note the time of pulping. After removing the pulp and the bean, we have now the parchment, which we ferment in the fermentation tanks. After After which, the first washing is called the pre-washing. We do it here, which is starts from 11, and the final washing is done at 3 to 4 in the evening of the following day. Okay, the machine which you use here is called the agar pulling grader, which has 3 main parts. It has the main pulper, it has the agar grader, and we have the depasser. For the purpose of the pulling grader, is where all is for the shaking of the bean to separate the lighters from the heavier ones. The heavier ones sinks and the lighter ones floats up to the 2 cherries. Then after popping from there, in our fermentation tanks, we have 2 fermentation tanks, the first one and the second one. So when you do the first washing, we wash and transfer to the second row of the fermentation tank, waiting for final washing. From there, we go to the washing channel. Here in the washing channel, we do the final washing, and also we do another parchment grading using water. So in the channel also, we also separate the residents from the residents and the deceased and the fruiters. We separated them using water. Also in the washing channel is where all the macerages are removed using clean water, free of smell. We have washing personnel who practice good hygiene processing using clean pendles. From there, after cleaning it and separating from the residents from the dense ones, we also come out with another P1 and the P2, P3. After washing, this is the table where P1 is removed. These are called the jaguars. We use jaguars to separate, to put the P1, the P2, the P3, and the fruit on the other side. Then here we use water for washing. So the water which we have already used, we take care of it. We direct it to our sewage pits which are down there. And from there, the dense coffee, the dense parchment, we do the soaking to improve the color and the quality much more. So on our side, we use the tanks, which we found they are more convenient because the level of water which you put in the tank for 16 hours, it will remain at that level. So for that dense coffee, we soak it in these tanks. These tanks are for soaking coffee. Then the following morning, we leave it in the tanks for overnight soaking. Then in the morning again, we pour it in the washing channel and we pre-wash it again before taking it to the skin drying tables, then to final drying tables. Then from here, these are the skin drying tables. Then you go to the final drying tables where you put it for final drying. Okay, after drying our coffee fully up to a moisture of 10.5 to 11, we bring it here for reconditioning. This is reconditioning bin, for which it stays for about 2 weeks to recondition, and then we do the sorting before delivery to mills. From the sorting, then we do the delivery to the dry mills where we take our parchment.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hats Farm. This is a Hats Farm. It's an ancestral land. We do coffee, but initially we used to have yams. It's being done by my forefathers. It's an inherited land. So I stopped doing the yams and I shifted to coffee because after my research here and there, I found coffee more worth terms of monetary value to my family. So I went into coffee. My first coffee plants I did in 1998, and after that I increased the initial farm that was in Tesla. I bought more land and I increased the acreage. Currently I'm doing 4 acres of coffee, and I'm doing at SL, as you can see here, SL 34 and SL 28. Generally, coffee nowadays has some good income if well managed. We're sitting in slopes of Mount Kenya, whereby we have good soils, and that can give a good crop when it comes to coffee consumption. Not only is it good here, but also worldwide. You know, Kenyan coffee is normally used to blend other coffees from other parts of the world, and that's why we are more innate than before. So generally, that's it. And we can move around. You can see other places in the farm where you're doing coffee picking and or coffee clipping. Yes. So move. You can see we have just finished picking here. And we have other places that we are picking down there. So this is SL. This is Batian. Batian is a new variety developed out of challenges that were realized in SL 28 and SL 34. So therefore, more research was done by Kenya Research Foundation, and they came up with the variety called Batian. Batian has its own advantages and disadvantages, but we concentrate more on advantages. 1, the production of Batian is high. 2, it's not susceptible to coffee berry disease, and at the same time, its cap is also an equivalent to SL, and therefore we find it's more production, more money, of course, with less risks if you have much of this. And once you flower, once the crop flowers, you are guaranteed to get to the bank. Of course, you can go to the bank and get your own without much worries of the CBD and water fee. So we can have another crop here. Before we get here, there's another crop here that's been done. This is the other part of SL 34 and 28. It's only that after some time you have to do total pruning. So this is what we have done, and as you can see, we have intercropped with other fruits like macadamia nuts to have a shade for a better production in terms of quality, because coffee needs shading. So this is where that's how we do the picking. We normally pick the very ripe berries, and we leave the others to ripen, so that we have an interval of 7 to 14 days before we pick the other unripe berries to get to the processing units. We pick the very ripe berries. Very ripe berries. This one. Pick the very ripe berries to make sure that we have the best cap at the final stage after processing.